Very good morning to all of you. I am Kapil Jain, Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Welcome to all in the second part of the Boolean algebra. This is very important part for the designing of the combinational circuit. Because of that, when we started the Boolean algebra in earlier videos, at that time we discussed about the concept of Boolean algebra. What is the reason behind that? Why we are using the Boolean algebra in digital circuitry? And what is the importance of the Boolean algebra to design the combination circuit? So that these type of the discussions was over in the last video, and we discussed also the some conceptual law like that associative law, distributive law, commutative law, and also verify the De Morgan's theorem by the truth table. And we discussed also there are some important numericals on that. So in this video, we are going to discuss basically the combinational circuit design with the help of Boolean algebra and the truth table. How we can minimize the complexity of the combinational circuit with the help of Boolean algebra. So here we are going to discuss design the truth table by the logic function, or basically, or we can say that we have to design here the truth table and the combination circuit with the help of logic function, and try to minimize the minimum number of try to minimize the logic gate so that the complexity of the combinational circuit can be reduced, and the overall response time of the combinational circuit can be increased. So that's why we are using here basically the some Boolean algebra concept. So just move ahead. What is going here? Just check them. So I will cover this topic in this way, like that. This is basically the outcome. The first objective, that is a prerequisite. Second, I will discuss about the objective. What is the main objective to design this video? And the third is a Boolean function. Truth table designing with max term and the min term. And the fifth, that is the example. Here we are going to discuss the 2 to 3 example for designing of the combinational circuit. And finally, that is a learning outcome. And we will also solve here some important exercise. And the last, that is the references. So the prerequisite of the topic, before going to discuss any important topic, so that everybody has to keep in mind how to minimize the logic circuit, and how we can solve the Boolean function. So at that time, the student have to be very aware about the logic gate functioning, how the logic gate is performing the truth table, and what is the basic binary arithmetic operation, so that student have to be very clear these concepts before going to start any topic on the Boolean algebra. So this is basically the pre-requirement from the learner. And second important thing is that objective, so that the main objective of the this video is that to clear the concept of designing of the combinational circuit with the help of less number of logic circuitry, because we know that every logic circuit has the some propagation delay, like that the every logic gate has the some propagation delay. So due to this propagation delay, the response time of the combinational circuit will become very less. So at that time, every vendor and the designer need to design such type of the circuit where we can use the less number of the logic circuitry, so that the complexity of the circuit can be reduced and the response time of the circuit will be increased. So that is the main objective of this video here. And the second thing is that the students can be understand the Boolean algebra concept to design the basically in digital circuit. So this is the main objective to design and to make the video. So, and the next important thing is that what is the main importance of the Boolean algebra? I already discussed here that. So because of due to the power consumption and the cost, so that every vendor want to need such type of the logic circuit where we can reduce the minimum number of logic gates, and overall the cost of the circuitry can be minimized so that it can be effective, and the Second importance that no, digital logic function can be defined and display either as a Boolean algebra or expression as a logic gate truth table. So that the main objective behind the importance of the Boolean algebra is that we have to reduce the digital logic circuit and the complexity of the circuit so that overall the response time of the circuit can be improved. So this is the main importance of the Boolean algebra. And first, we have to very clear about the Boolean function. What is the mean of Boolean function? So that Boolean function is basically the argument is defined in the form of function. That basically here the assumed value is basically here we are assuming here the value is 0 and 1. Because of that, we are operating here in the term of binary numbers. Suppose that here we are taking the example of the Boolean function. If the function is basically the function of xy, here we are taking the two variable function. So that the function of two variable xy is a complement of x and complement of y plus xyz plus complement x into y. So this is basically the Boolean expression in the term of two variable function x and y. And after that to finding the main the circuit input and the output so that you can easily design the truth table for this given function. So here first we have to be very clear before going to design the truth table for the circuit how many numbers of input and the outputs are required. So that's why according to the input and the output requirement that we can design the truth table for the circuit. And simply the final step, that is we have to convert the expression, this expression into the truth table. So that this is very important term. Here we have to design the such type of the truth table for the given function here. Similarly, if we are talking about this flow chart, here we can see that uh, here we can see that if the circuit is giving here, so first we have to require the number of input and the output, how many inputs and the outputs are required for the designing of the circuit, and then find the Boolean expression for the circuit. And after that, we have to design the truth table for the circuit. Or inverse, we can say that with the help of a truth table, we can also design the Boolean expression for the circuit. So this is basically that both-sided conditions here. So that if you have the Boolean expression, so you can design the truth table. If you have the truth table directly, so that you can directly design the Boolean expression for the circuit. So this is basically the flow chart for designing the truth table and the combination circuit with the help of Boolean expression. Similarly, if we are talking about basically the a representation of the Boolean function, so that we can represent the Boolean function in two ways, like that sum of product. This is also called the min terms, and product of sum. That means that it is it's also called the max term. So basically, that this is the representation of the Boolean expression. So in the term of writing that sum of product and the product of sum. So we have to very clear about this concept, and we will discuss later in detail when we are going to design and when we are going to minimize the Boolean expression by the help of K-map. So at that time, this concept will be very clear during the K-map lecture series. Here, basically, but we have to remember in this video that the expressions of the Boolean function can be represented in two ways. Sum of product, this term is called the min term, and product of sum, this term is called basically the max term. So that what is the min term and the max term? So just clear about here. Suppose that here we are taking the three variable A, B, and C, so that the maximum combination of this three variable may be 8. That start from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. Because of that, here the three variable and the maximum condition for the three variable is to the power 3. So that the 8. So that we have the 8 min terms. And basically, we are talking about the min terms. So at that time, we said that this is basically the sum of product. So basically, the minterm is represented by a small m. So that if we are taking here the 0, 0, 0, so that 0 represent the complement, 0 is represent the bar, and 1 is basically the just opposite. So if we are writing here the expressions for these three variable, yeah, when a equal to 0, b equal to 0, c equal to 0, so this is represented by a bar, b bar, c bar. It means that basically 0 represented by the bar and the 1 is without bar. So basically, if we are talking about the 0, 0, 1, so that it can be writing as A bar, B bar, and the C. It means 0 represent the low and the 1 represent the high. So that it can be written in the term of minterm represented by a small m1, so that the students have be very clear about that if we are writing the minterm, so that it's represented by the small m, and basically the low voltage represented by 0 and the high voltage represented by the 1. If we are going to writing the expression, minterm expression for 0, 1, 1, so that it will be represented by a bar, B, C bar, and represented also by the small m3. Similarly, for 1, 1, 1, so that is represented by A, B, and C, and by the minterm so syntax, that is the M7. So this is basically the truth table for the three variable condition A, B, C. So here we can design the maximum 8 minterms. Similarly, if we are talking about basically the max term, so this is basically the representation of the OR function. So that it is just opposite to the minterm condition here. So that here the 0 is represented by the high and 1 is represented by the low voltage. So that just, and here we have to write down the expression, basically the sum product of sum. It means then we are going to represent the product in the form of sum. So that's why the OR operations between the terms here. So that's why if we are going to write the expressions for the A equal to 0, B equal to 0, and C equal to 0. So at that time we can write here like that: A plus B plus C, instead of A bar, B bar, and the C bar. And it is also represented by the capital M. Basically, the max term is represented by the capital M, and the min term is represented by the small m. If the expression is giving from the capital M, so that the learner have to very clear about that. At that time, we are talking about the max term. If we are going to write the expression for 0, 1, 0, so at that time, it can be right here like that: A plus B bar plus C. Similarly, for the expression for the 0, 1, 1, so that the A plus B bar plus C bar. So basically it's represented by the capital M here. So this is just all over about the max term, so that students can be write the function in the term of min term and the max term. Suppose that we are going to design the truth table for the any Boolean function using the min term. So that how we can write the function in the term of min terms and the max term. So suppose that here, if we are going to min term, so definitely 0 is represented by the low and the 1 is represented by the high. So that in the output function, this is basically the output response of the any function, any three variable function. So this is basically the output. So that we have to write the expressions for the those sequence where the output will become high. So at that time we have to write the expressions for the this term, this, this, and this, where the output is high and where the input is low. So at that time we doesn't require to write the expressions for that, because we are going to write the expression for the using of minterm. So that what is the basically the expression for this truth table. So here the expression for truth table is that A bar, B bar, C, then plus A, B bar, C bar, plus A, B bar, C plus A, B, C. So this is just right in this way. So basically, this is the sum of product. Basically, sum of product means we have to basically the OR operations between the product term. These are the product 1, 2, 3, and 4, and basically the OR operations between them. So basically, we can say that this is the sum of product representation of the Boolean function. Similarly, if we are going to design the expression for the max term, so we have to design the expression for those conditions where the output is high. So if in this truth table, we can see that the output is high basically in this conditions when A equal to 0, B equal to 0, and C equal to 0, and when A equal to 0, B equal to 1, C equal to 0, and when the A equal to 0, B equal to 1, C equal to 1, and similarly for the last condition when A equal to 0, 1, B equal to 1, and C equal to 0. So basically, we have to write the equation. So this in the term of max term, and we know that the max term here, the 0 is represented by the basically high, and 1 is represented by the low. So at that time, we have to design the expression for these four conditions where the output is high. So basically, the expression for these conditions, it means that A plus B plus C, and for this A plus B bar plus C. Then similarly for this condition, A plus B bar plus C bar, and the last A bar plus B bar plus C. So you have to write the expression in this way. And here we are talking about basically the product of some representation. It means that basically the product operations between these some term. This is here we basically the four terms in the form of sum A plus B plus C, and similarly we have to multiply these terms. So that's why it is called the product of some representations of the Boolean function. Got it? And if we are talking about the example, so that this is the first example where we have to design the basically the combination circuit for the expression using the truth table. So that this is the numerical. We have to construct a truth table for the following circuitry. The circuit is already given here, and we have to find out the basically the single logic gate that can be used to replace the whole circuit. Because of that, we have to design the uh, and circuit whose complexity is minimum, and the whole circuit can be replaced by a single logic gate. So that the basically the circuit is given here. This is the circuit, and we can see here that here basically the three logic gates are using. The first logic gate is NAND gate, and the second logic gate is XOR gate, and this is the XNOR gate. If we are talking about the output for this logic gate and this, so we have to design basically the output for these two conditions, and the final output will become here. So that we are going to take the input, how many inputs and the outputs are here. So definitely the final output is coming from this logic gate here, so that there is only the one output, and the for making the output by this logic gate, so at that time we have to require the two input, like this one, and the inputs are coming from these two gates. So that initially we are considering here the input A and B, and this is the output expression of this NAND gate will become the whole bar of A and B. So this is basically represented by the C, and the output expression of this XOR gate is basically A XOR B, or we can say that A bar B plus A B bar. So that we assume here the output of this logic gate is basically D, and the final output will become basically the Q. So that we can say that basically the output Q is basically the sum of C and D. We can say that the XNOR of C and D so that the final output Q will become basically the combination of C and D. So just let's check them. And after that, for the truth table, so that the truth table we have to find out the how many inputs and the outputs are required. So basically here the three outputs C, D and Q, but the final output will become Q. So we are taking here the two inputs A and B and the three outputs C, D and Q, but we have to consider only this one. So that for the two input conditions, there will become basically the maximum four combination. It means that 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and the 1, 1. When we are putting here A equal to 0, B equal to 0, so definitely the output of this NAND gate will become high, that means 1. And similarly for the conditions for the this XNOR gate will become 0. When we are putting here A equal to 0, B equal to 1, so at that time the output of this NAND gate will become 1 and the output of this XOR gate become 1. So just check for the remaining two condition when we are putting here A equal to 1, B equal to 0, A equal to 1, B equal to 1. So that's why we are getting here these two outputs. And the final output is basically the combination of C and D. So that that's why here if we are putting here C equal to 1 and the D equal to 0. At that time, this is basically the XNOR gate. So at that time, we are getting here the output 0. Similarly, if we are putting here C equal to 1, D equal to 1. So here the output Q equal to 1. And when we are going to C equal to 1, D equal to 1, the output will become 1. And final, when we put here the C equal to 0, D equal to 0, so at that time the output will become 1. So that we can see that here the final table of the output Q. Here we can see that it is become just like the truth table of OR gate. Just got it? So here basically this table will become just like a OR gate. So definitely the whole circuit can be reduced, or we can say that a whole circuit can be replaced by the single OR gate. So it doesn't require here the three gates here like 1, 2 and 3, so that these whole circuit can be replaced by the single OR gate, this one. So this is where we can say that the complexity of the circuit is reduced, and we are using the only one OR gate instead of the three logic gates. Got it? Similarly, if we are going to discuss another example, here we can say that we have to find out the Boolean algebra expression for the following system. So that the circuit is giving here. Similarly, here we are taking the three gates and NOR and the OR gate, and we have to find out the truth table and to replace the whole circuit by using the single gate. So here first we have to very clear about how many inputs and the outputs are required. So for designing the truth table, so here we can see that basically we require the two input for this gate and the two input for this gate. And finally, we are getting here the two output from one from this one and the remaining from this one. And the final output will become from the output of the OR gate. So here we are taking the input A and the input B, and the output of the AND gate is AB, and the output of the NOR gate is here basically the A plus, I did not mention here, so just write down here whole bar of A plus B, and the final output will become here basically the combination of these two output AB plus the whole bar of A plus B. This is basically the OR operations between these two outputs. Similarly, if we are going to design the truth table for this expression, so that we have to clear how many inputs and the outputs are required. So at that time, we can see that here the two inputs are required, A and B, and these are the intermediate output AB and whole bar of A plus B. These are the intermediate output, and the final output is basically the Q. So when we are going to put down A equal to 0, B equal to 0, at that time the output of this will become 0, because due to the AND operation, and the output of this logic gate will become high, that is 1. and when a equal to 1, b equal to 0, so the output of this AND gate 0 and the output of this NOR gate 0. And similarly for the remaining two conditions, 1 a equal to 0, b equal to 1, a equal to 1, b equal to 1, so that we are getting here these output of these two NAND gate. So similarly, these output of these two different gates are working as a input for this OR gate. So just check them when AB equal to 0, or the whole bar of A plus B equal to 1, so that the output will become 1. Because if the any input is high, so that definitely the output of the OR gate will become high. So here we can see that this truth table is basically similar to the XOR gate. Basically, when A equal to 0, B equal to 1, or the A equal to 1, B equal to 0, at that time the output will become high. And the remaining two condition, when A equal to 0, B equal to 0, A equal to 1, B equal to 1, so at that time the output will become low. So this can be happen only in the XOR gate, so that the whole circuit can be replaced by the single XOR gate. So that, but if we are going to more minimization, so that if we are applying here the De Morgan theorem, the whole bar of A plus B, that will become to the A bar into B bar, so that we can write this XOR expression in the form of AB plus A bar B bar, so that the whole circuit can be replaced by the XNOR gate. Got it? So that here we are required only the only one single XNOR gate instead of the three logic gate. Similarly, if we are going to design some other important numericals, so that you can easily understand the concept of representation of the truth table by using the Boolean function as well as by using the logic circuitry. And these are some important numericals which you have to perform on your notebook and to just solve them. And these are the references where I took the data and some literature. So you have to be very clear about the concept of the Boolean algebra. And thank you very much for listening this video. If and in the next video we are going to discuss basically the minimization techniques of the Boolean algebra by the key method. So thank you very much for listening this video.